Okay, we've got Satanists, we've got castles, and we've got the English countryside. We've already won. Okay, everybody, today we're taking a look back at 1978 at a movie that sometimes gets criminally overlooked, and I just can't understand why. We are going to look back at the classic little horror jaunt, The Legacy. But before we go any further, once and again, as always, you know the routine, to the trailer.
Jason Mountolive is a man with many friends.
Jason will give you such wealth.
To each he has given anything.
He will fulfill every whim.
And everything.
Every fancy.
They've ever desired.
Every dream. Trust, Jason.
Now they've been reunited for one last time. Each to receive one last gift. The legacy. When he calls us, we come.
Ah, it's me! It's me! I'm the one!
To you, I bequeath my power, my knowledge, and my estate.
Who is it?
6 have come to claim his inheritance. 5 discover the lifeless body. 4 watch in horror as another dies. Then there were 3. Then 2. But only one can receive the legacy. Katharine Ross, Sam Elliott, and Roger Daltrey, the legacy, a birthright of living death.
Okay, everybody, this motion picture was directed by Richard Marquand. Now, if that name doesn't jump out at you, it should, because you've all seen his work. He directed Return of the Jedi. Let me say that again. Return of the Jedi. So, no matter what, you've all seen his stuff. But he did other things too. He did Birth of the Beatles. He did this, obviously. He did Until September. He did Jagged Edge and Hearts of Fire. And he did a really good movie with Donald Sutherland called Eye of the Needle. That it was a really good flick. It completely, I don't know why it doesn't pop up more. But anyway, he did that too. So, good director, good track record, good history of flicks, knows his shit. Simple. Alright, everybody, this motion picture has a shitload of people in it, so I'm going to try to get through it really, really quick, really fast, and not bog this thing down. Anyway, playing Maggie was Katharine Ross. Big film career. Really hot shit in the 70s. You've seen her many times. Anyway, she was in this. She was in stuff like The Graduate, and The Swarm, and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and The Stepford Wives, and Donnie Darko, and The Betsy, and she was in The Final Countdown. So, been in a lot of movies. In real life, married to Sam Elliott, who, ironically, is going to be the next person I talk about. Anyway, long career, good career. Let's keep going. Okay, Plain Pete! I just said it! With Sam Elliott. Come on, man. You all know Sam Elliott. Been in a million things. We're talking, he was in stuff like Roadhouse, The Big Lebowski, Fatal Beauty, Mask, Prancer, and Tombstone, and Gettysburg, and we were soldiers, and Ghost Rider. This guy's been in a million things. You know, he always has that kind of relaxed, chilled nature to everything that he always does. So, Sam Elliott, what can you say? Playing Clive was Roger Daltrey. Now, yes, he was in Tommy and McVicker and some other stuff, but let's knock through the bullshit, man. Roger Daltrey has been the voice of The Who since the 1960s. I'm a massive The Who fan. The Who is one of the most influential, greatest rock bands in the history of all music. So, he had an incredible, legendary singing career, band career, rock and roll career, and he's had an actually interesting acting career. He's popped up in a zillion little things. He's popped up in some movies. He's been actually really good in them. He's just not one of those actors that was a rock star. You look at him and go, oh, God, here we go again. You know what I mean? But he really brings something to the table. And he brought something to the table in this. Playing Harry, the driver, was Ian Hogg. Now, Ian Hogg, big TV career overseas, folks. Big TV career. Anyway, he was in stuff like The Devil's Crown and Lorna Dunn and David Copperfield and Family Man, The December Rose, Boogie Outlaws, Doctor Who, for Christ's sakes. So he's been in a lot of shit. A lot of work. Let's keep going. Okay, playing Nurse Adams, and I'll never say this right, never could, never will, was Margaret Tyzack, whatever the fuck it is, who cares? She's got a face, and she's creepy as hell in this motion picture, and she's really good at everything I've ever seen her do. So, let's just keep going. She was in this. She was in A Clockwork Orange. She was in Room 43. But really, she was a lot of TV work. You know, Young Indiana Jones, you had to see her pop up in that, people. I mean, come on. The Quatermass series, I, Claudius, The First Churchills, Cousin Bet, Our Mutual Friend. She did a lot of work overseas. It's just the way it is. But come on, Clockwork Orange, Young Indiana Jones, shit. This, and she delivers in this. She's really good. She's creepy as hell without doing anything. You gotta love it. Playing Karl was Charles Gray. Now here's a face that as soon as you see him, you're going to be like, mother, I know that goddamn guy. I know that guy. We're talking the Rocky Horror Picture Show, folks. Oh yeah, you've seen him there, and you know it. He's also been in stuff like Diamonds Are Forever. You've seen him there. You know it. You Only Live Twice, Night of the Generals, and a lot of TV work. You know, like Madsen and Small World and Porterhouse Blue, The Adventures of Robin Hood. So he's been around, folks. He's been around. As soon as you see him, he's been around. Playing Jason Mountolive is John Standing. He's in one of my favorite movies of all times, people, and that is The Elephant Man. I love that movie. Great movie. Legendary movie. But been in other stuff, man. V for Vendetta, The Eagles Landed, Chaplin, The Sea Wolves, and about a zillion TV shows and shit on the other side of the pond. So, bless his heart. You don't really get to see him that much in this, in the beginning, and, you know, whatever, in the beginning, but whatever. He's in it, and that's all that counts. Playing Jacques Grandier was Lee Montague. Now, he's been around. You're going to see his face in this motion picture and say, you know, I think I've seen him in some other shit. And you probably did. He was in stuff like Brass Target and Brother, Sun, Sister Moon. Everybody remembers that one, maybe. Hopefully you do. The London Connection and TV like, you know, Joe and, come on, Space 1999. If you don't remember, fuck, man. You know what I'm saying. Feet First and Seconds Out and Waking the Dead, stuff like that. So, been around. Probably seen him. Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. It doesn't matter. He was in a lot of shit. And he was in this. Let's keep going. And finally playing Barbara was Hildegard. Now, been some shit, folks. I mean, she's done lots of TV work like Julius Caesar, Resurrection, Imperial Palace, Doom Watch, Ace of Wands, A Spy at Evening, boy, Dominica. She's been around. She has a career. She's in this. Let's get going to the story because there's too many people to mention. I've probably been taking too long anyway. Let's go. Okay, everybody, I'm going to try to give this to you in 90 seconds or less, as I always do. Now, this is going to be tricky because I don't want to give away too much because you have to let this unfold in front of you. So I'm not going to go flying through it and give away too much. I'm just going to give you a bare bones overview of what the story is and let you go from there. Okay, Maggie, Pete, interior design workers. It's what they do. Anyway, they get a sweetheart deal over in England. Come over. It's like mad money. 10 days work, $50,000, whatever the hell it is. Come on over. We got a deal for you. Pete's a little skeptical. He's like, this is a little bit odd. I don't know what's going on here. Shouldn't we dig into this some more? Sounds too good to be true. Maggie's like, man, let's just go for it. Bite the bullet and have ourselves a good time. They go over there. They're traveling through the countryside on a motorcycle where they accidentally get run over, or close to it, by Jason Mountolive and his limo driver. He says to them, hey, why don't you come back to my place? Have some tea. Chill out. I'll get your bike fixed. Ain't nothing. And we'll all have a good time. Sounds good to them. They go back. Then slightly things start changing. There's a room already and made for them up. They're told that they're going to be staying overnight. It seems like they can't leave. A little odd to say the least. Anyway, all kinds of other people start showing up. You've got people coming in helicopters, all multi-millionaires, people from the big businesses and the music business, and they're all there. You come to find out that they're all there to say goodbye to Jason Mountolive, who's about to die. Oddly, he was only about 35 10 minutes ago, and now, well, not so much. Everybody has a reason for being there. Everybody has a point to being there. Except Maggie. Why is she there? I'm not going to tell you, but she fits in, although she looks like she doesn't. After a while, Maggie, Pete get spooked. They try to leave. They try to leave desperately. They try to get out of there, but all roads lead back to the castle. All roads lead back to their entrapment. All roads lead back to their destiny. Finally, the only thing you really need to know after this is a lot of these heirs, well, they start dying. Hey, it is what it is. Is Maggie going to be next? Possibly. Is she the chosen one? Not going to say much more than that. But there's a lot of weird shit going on. See how I can't go that much further without giving this shit away? Okay, everybody. Here we are at the summation. What is the legacy? Well, it's not really a slasher flick. It's not really a haunted house movie. It's not a gore fest by any stretch of the imagination. It's not an exploitation flick. I mean, there's not, tits and crazy shit going on. It's just not. So what is it really? I like to think of this as a strangers in a strange land movie. Take a couple of people, you drop them into an element where they're completely foreign to everything going on around them. They're foreign to the country, they're foreign to the lifestyle, they're foreign to the people, they're foreign to everything going on, and you trap them in it, and you make them, I don't know, find their way free of it or adapt to what's going on. And that in and of itself gives you an uncomfortable feeling. It gives you that kind of a thing of like, oh no, I'm in a world that I know nothing of and I can't escape from. Shit, even Rocky Horror was kind of like that now I think about it. But that's the original gist. That's what kind of sets you up in this motion picture, is that anybody can relate to something like that. You take the wrong road in the wrong town and you're in the wrong neighborhood and you're just like, holy shit, how the fuck do I get out of here? That's the original premise of this motion picture. Yes, it turns into this whole kind of a satanic who's done it, what's going to happen, what's going to become of Maggie and Pete, what's going to happen to the heirs. It turns into all that, but basic premise starts with strangers in a strange land. Now, this movie has a lot of pluses to it. It's beautifully shot. I mean, it's really, really, really pretty to look at. There's no over-the-top sensationalism thrown into them, so there's nothing that really rips you out of the motion picture. It's just very, very well done, simply done, beautifully shot, beautifully acted. Everybody from top to bottom, everybody in this motion picture delivers. There's nobody you look at, including Margaret Daltrey, and say, oh, they botched their shit or they played it like shit. No, 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 no. Everybody nails this thing across the board. The writing's good. Everything is solid. But the soundtrack is possibly the worst I've ever heard in a motion picture in the history of my life. Some of this music simply does not belong there. You knew something was going to go weird in the first 10 minutes of the motion picture, because when they're doing the opening credits and all that kind of stuff, the music switches to this weird love story music, and you're like, boy, this is really fucking odd to have in a motion picture like this, but I'll let it go. I'll forgive it the first time. The first time. But then it pops up, that theme again, as they're trying to escape on horseback. Yes, that happens, whatever, you'll get there. And you're just like, this music just does not fucking fit what is going on in this motion picture. What were they doing? Why were they doing this? That, and there's some character shifts in here. In the beginning, Sam Elliott is like really, really skeptical and all this other kind of stuff. And then they get there, and Maggie's the skeptical one, and he's just like, well, baby, they're weird here. They just, they're fucking, yeah. It's perchance that they had the room waiting for us. And they're a little bit off, but it. And you're like, when do the characters shift their personalities that much to where, whoo, they 180'd who was the skeptical and who was the one diving in feet first? I don't know. But none of that really makes a difference, because in the end, the legacy is a well-directed, well-acted, well-written, well-schooled, little, God, again, hate to use the word horror, but Satanists, spooky shit, people dying, fuck it, call it what you will. It's a suspense drama with the supernatural thrown in there, plain and simple. Good movie, solid movie, overlooked movie, should be watched movie, has flaws, not gonna lie, but it doesn't matter because it's still a good watch, still should be revisited, and still should be enjoyed. Anyway, folks, as always, I hope you go out and find this thing, and I hope you watch it and you have a good time, or I hope I just woke up some memories of a long forgotten flick in your brain. Go out there, people. Be good. Take care of each other. Look out for each other. And above all else, under no circumstances, no matter what's going on, take any bullshit from anybody. Take it easy, guys.